Hello everyone, welcome back to continue our modeling, and today we're gonna make, let me show my blender screen here. Oh, that's very good, it's better. Now we're gonna start to make the clothes here. Let's start. Let me see my reference here. Maybe this one. I think this one. We need to make this code here. Let me see how we can do this. First of all, I'm gonna take this mesh here and I'm going to let's duplicate it. I'm gonna isolate it here. Smooth little. My microphone are too far for me. It's too far. I hope you can't heard. That shirt had a side here. It's up, and I'm gonna mask it. This maybe we need to a little more density, so I'm gonna remesh 0.1 0.1. Okay, scooped, smooth. Now it's better. Okay, now I'm gonna take the mask brush and I'm gonna select here. Okay, and I'm press shift to smooth my mask. Why I'm smoothing my mask? It's because I want to invert my mask and push it up the mesh. You're gonna understand. You're gonna see. Okay. Now I'm Control I to invert, and I take here in mesh filter. That's okay. And now I'm gonna smooth. That's okay. And we have here in the chest, we have another detail here. Let's try to mask again. This and this. Actually, we have a crease here. Let me put my reference bigger. Okay, and we have a crease part here and a crease part here too. Maybe we can do it different. Maybe we can just need to let me take off my mask and I use the crease brush, and then come to stroke and stabilize stroke. Okay, and I'm gonna make this mark, this crease mark. Trying to make it in just one scratch. It's stroke. Make it in just one stroke is a very difficult, but it's not impossible. Okay, now I'm gonna make, let's turn off this stabilize stroke. Okay, now we're gonna take our mask tool and we're gonna make a very thin ornaments. This too low density yet. You're gonna see this squarish let me, okay, it's better. Squarish mask here. Let's add some density and remesh. Now it's probably better. Let's see. Oh, that's very better. Really better. Let's see the ornaments. Let's zoom. It's like a leaves. Maybe it's better I'm gonna use the stabilized stroke. It's too big. That's radius, minus radius. That didn't work. It's better do manually. That's small details here, spending a lot of time. You need to spend time to make it. It's a custom time process. But if you have patience, you can do a very good ornament, or you can use alpha brush like this. Let me show you. You come here. Let me see. You can see. Oh, okay. You can see everything. You come here. I had a draw alpha brush. Let me put my camera up on a little. My camera. Okay, now you can see my brushes. I have this brush here. This is a drawn brush, and I modify it to use a drawn alpha. And you need to come here in texture, add a new texture. You open your folder. Let me see pictures, alphas, and I have some ornaments. Here is. I don't think I had a good one. I probably don't had a good one, but I just want to show how it works. So you must use anyone like this, for example. An open image. You come here and select your brush, of course. Come here in the set in tool set and texture. You have texture here, and I usually use the stencil. Let me put in front. If you use the right click of the button, you can move your sketch and press Ctrl to rotate, or Alt Shift to zoom in and zoom out. Let's rotate here, and you select your brush. Let me okay, and just use the brush. But I don't like the results because you need a very dense, very dense mesh. I don't usually use a very dense mesh because it's sometimes that high density can crash my blender, and I do this manually. Spend a little time, but I think this is gonna very better because you never had the same ornament. You never have a symmetries ornament. It's like a handmade clothes, handmade armor, for example. It's like I'm drawn. It's like I'm drawing the ornament. It's gonna be very, very nice. It's supposed to be a left. Don't means like left here. Left leaf. It's leaf. The name is leaf, I think. Okay. Let me come back to sculpt mode. And now what I'm gonna do? You just invert my mask, and I use the same mesh filter here, and I use this filter to inflate. You can use to smooth, scale, relax, the other things. I always use most of the times I use the inflate. You can inflate it to make the ornament going out to the mesh, or you're gonna make to inner. I think it's okay. Inner is very good. I'm gonna smooth inside because my mask didn't. That was not very good mask. That's okay. And sometimes I'm use my clay strips to make some damages inside. You can use a tool for this too, but I don't like to use tools because most of the times when you use tools to make it, that ornament or that tails are too. It's not like a real details. It's a too artificial. I don't know if I'm saying that right. So let me take this, and I'm gonna hide. I need to. Let me see. I need to make my. I need to make the folders, the bend down here. Take off my mask. I need to crease here. We had another crease by the side. It's going down to his back. It's better. Probably better. I use the stabilized stroke. I don't like it. Maybe here's better. Let me add some strength. Turn off camera. That's better. Let's pass one more time to make it crazier. Okay. And using the control. Now it's too much strength. To make a sharpen edge. Maybe you ask me why I'm do this so manually. That's because I like it. I really like to make it more part of my models manually because it's my way to do this, and I like this. I like to do this very much, too much. And here we had another crease. Okay. The problem I had the same crease by the side. Oh, it's better I take by this side back here. This back side here. It's not coincident. That's not okay. It's up here. I forgot to use the X symmetry. Use the symmetry, probably the result's gonna be better. But that's not a problem because when you use some clothes, when you move your arms and move your body, the cloth moves with your body, so you don't need to make exact. That's why sometimes we make a 3D model, and that 3D model it's kind of weird because it had a lot of symmetries, and it did make a weird parts. Okay, now we're gonna make our folders. If you see in my reference here, the bender, the folder here are so soft because probably it's a very hard fabric. That's why it's not too soft. It's too soft. Folders, I'm sorry. So let's try to project it. Sometimes you need to make this details here very with a very special, because when you make it in a too small scale like 32 millimeters, the very thin details you can see and you can use for make some binding techniques. In the chest, we're gonna make these belts here. We're gonna need to make these belts because we have, I don't know the exact word. Let me see in my translator here. In Portuguese, call it aljava de flechas. But in English, quiver. It's a quiver of arrows. Quiver. We're gonna make the quiver, and we need this belt to let me see how I can see. The belt will hold the quiver of arrows. I forget the hold word. Oh my god. So let's make this sketch of this belt here. We just need to add a cylinder mesh. Like this light are here. Put here. Okay, now it's okay. And here we just to change our scale. turn. It's a very simple way to make a sketch of the belt. Here you can to change to the local orientation, because it's more easy to change the mesh by the position. Of course, you change the mesh by the position. Ctrl A to apply scale again, and now I'm gonna take our grab brush just to suggest where the belt's gonna be. Add one here. You can change to edit mode and select some edges. You come here to and press proportional adding, press G to grab, use the scroll the mouse to grab it better. You must be careful to when you make it, when you grab this way, because it's a very easy to lose your proportion. Oh, that's a difficult word. Proportion. I don't know how to say that. Okay, this backside are between the cape and his backbone. You probably can see when you print this model, and shift G to duplicate it, and press right button and go in mirror X global, and you change the position. Okay, it's just we just need to make our sketch of this belt. It's not exactly the final results. My ornament here, you can see it because the belts are in front of it. So let's change the belt position a little, because we want to see these details. We make it, so if we make it, of course we can see. We want to see. Put here inside. Okay, you can see, but we had a little problem here because we have one cape. This cape are between the belts and the quiver. So let me save first. We're gonna add a cylinder to make our sketch of the quiver. It's oval. Let me see the position of the quiver. Yeah, it's a good position. Here. So this cape here, we're gonna change the position of this cape, because it didn't work very well. The cape and the quiver didn't work very well, because if this isn't on a real life, we'll need to. We can't use the quiver above. Let me see, it's above is a right word. I don't know. It would be not possible to wear the quiver over the cloak with the belt underneath. That's what I want to say. Of course, I use my translator to to make this phrase because I didn't remember all the words to say. So, if this are real life, you would not to be possible to wear the quiver over the cloak because we have the belt here underneath. So this cloak here, this cape here, we need to change position, or we need to put our quiver, put the quiver back through the cape. And I need to think, or we can take this belt here and push up to make this, and it's maybe better to make it. Now the cape is underneath the belt, and I'm gonna make the cape binders, cape folders here to suggest it. And take the cape, push. That's be a little difficult to do, but it's not gonna be a real problem. I'm gonna move the cape. I don't want to move the cape, I want to move the belt. Better to use the edit mode. Select here, grab. You maybe asked me why I'm doing this manually. That's because sometimes I forget to use the correct tools. Okay, it's just a sketch. We're gonna make a final details after we finish it. This is too much pressure here. It's gonna weird. It's probably we make a more thin pressure. Let's bind. Maybe it's gonna be better to use a more dark color, dark brown. Okay, now we have the belt. As we can see the belt, we can make our folders in the clothes. So better. You can see it better, so you can project better the folds. Here it's more greens. There's a little more saturation. We have a little more saturation in this green. Let's see what happened. It didn't change the color. This binding part, it's not too much important for now. It's very important when you're gonna make your render, but now you can do it. You don't need to do this right now. It's not important part, but I like to make it when I make my mesh, when I make my model, because when I paint my models, I can see better the results, the final results, and then sometimes I make some modifications. I change my mind when I see the final results, the final painting. And sometimes I change my mind and I do the things again. We have the square here flying away. Why we have this square here? I remember, because I will make this ornament here using this square. Okay, that's not so bad. It's not so bad. The paint didn't take it here anyway. Let's grab this. Well, okay, it's not too bad for now. Let's make some ornaments here. I don't know exactly what the elf-less ornaments looks like, so I'm doing it by my mind. Sometimes works well, sometimes not. It's like elvish runes. Okay, here too. Okay, I'm gonna make it okay. I think that's okay. So let's see, we have a little more than a half an hour, so we're gonna stop our video for now and continue on later. In the next video we're gonna make the cloak and the cape, probably the quiver or the skirt. We're gonna make all this process. I think this is gonna be very good. let's see. I probably take the wrong. Okay. Let me save my process because sometimes, just sometimes, the Blender crash, and when it's happening, it's awful. Let's press A, Ctrl L, and materials. That's a very nice shape here. Looking to the target. Okay, we'll see us in the next video, and we're going to continue to make our details from the clothes. We're gonna make in the next video the cloak and the cape, and probably the shirt here. This character. You don't have too much parts, not too much. You don't have too much objects in his body and in other things. So it's gonna be faster than the paladins from our video before. Okay, that's right. I see you in the next video. I hope you enjoy it.